Okay, so today we talked about translating words into equations, and we said that it's just like translating expressions into equations, except now we have an equal sign and something that it's equal to. So we're going to use some of those same rules, but before we start, here's a few things you need to remember before we start our homework. There are certain words that tell us what math operations that we're going to be using, and those are imperative that we pick those out as we were writing our equations. So some words that mean addition, just a quick review, are words like sum, plus, gain, more than, exceed, increased by, or more. Okay. Words that mean subtraction are words like difference, diminished, less than, minus, decreased by. All of these words tell you that you're taking something away, so we know that we're doing our subtraction. All right, words that mean multiplication are words like product. That's actually the answer to a multiplication problem. Quadruple, that tells us we're multiplying by 4. Twice, we're multiplying by 2. Triple, multiply by 3. Obviously, the words multiplied by, times, those all tell us that we're going to be multiplying in our problem. Also, we talked about the word like each. When we see the word each, it means like for every person you're going to have to pay that price, so you're still going to be multiplying. Okay. Division, words like quotient. Quotient is the answer to a division problem. Fourth, half, third, divided by. We know a ratio is a division problem, or the word per, unless we're dealing with money, means to divide. Okay. There's a couple words that tell us when we're going to use some parentheses. And we use those parentheses because it is the first in the order of operations. So we use certain words that tell us, hey, in your equation, put this first and then do the rest. So answer words like the word sum tell us we're going to use parentheses. Product, the sum, difference, quotient, and we also talked about the word quantity. The word quantity says find this answer first and then do something to it. So we have answer words like sum, difference, product, quotient, and the word quantity tell us that we're going to be using parentheses. Okay. Also, is always means equals. So that's where your equal sign is going to go. So that's pretty easy to pick out, and that's really the only new part that we added today. So go ahead on your homework and go to question 1. Question 1 says the quotient of 22 and a number, h, is 99. So just like we did in class today, we're going to pick out those important words that we need to write our equation. And the first one I see there is the word quotient, okay? The quotient of 22, that's important. And a number h, we don't know what h is, so that's our variable. Is, we said that is a really important piece, 99. So now we're just going to take those pieces and we're going to write our equation. Quotient, okay, if you remember, is the answer to a division problem. So the fact that we see it first means we need to go ahead. That's our division sign. Okay. So it says and 22. So we can't write division and then 22. Okay. When we said the answer comes at the beginning, you're going to insert your math operation where it says and. Okay. So it says the quotient of 22 and a number h. We said that the word is translates to our equal sign, 99. Now, as we've been learning about equations and expressions, we know that sometimes we don't always use the division actual symbol. We use our fraction bar. So this can be rewritten as like 22 over h or 22 slash h equals 99, and that means the exact same thing. All right, so let's move on to question 2. It's a little bit more real world, less mathematical. Where is our question? There it is. All right, so it says if you add a number r to Dan's wage of $6.35, it equals $8.78. Okay, so if we highlight our important pieces, we have words like if you add. Okay, add is important because it tells us we're going to be adding something. A number r that goes ahead and tells us what our variable is. $6.35 was Dan's wage, so we don't have to use a variable. We know Dan's wage was $6.35. It equals. Equals tells us where we're going to put the equal sign, and we know it's equal to 878. Okay, so the first thing we see is if you add. So we know we got to start with that addition sign. Okay, so it says a number R. So we've got to put in our variable R. We're adding something to it. We're adding R to Dan's wage, which was $6.35. It equals, that translates to our equal sign, $8.78. Okay, nice and easy. So pick out your important words, underline them, highlight them. Okay, put them together in your equation. Okay, now for this one, we know that we could switch the order. So for example, if the answer choice says 6.35 plus R, the commutative property says that we can switch that order around for addition, and it still means exactly the same thing. All right, so finish up the rest of the problems all on your own.